Well, hi, and thanks for joining me here in my shop. It's January 22nd today, and I've set aside a project I've been working on far too long, which is a 1928 RCA Victor tube radio. Set it aside to let my brain relax a bit and taken on another project here. Who knows where this one's going to go. Now, this has actually come from a small, not small necessarily, but a shop in Toronto. And they just asked me to look this over and see if I can't get it working. It apparently worked and then stopped. It says right here actually, started once, played well, won't start again. Okay, so this is a very modern, very new record player here. Let's get this out of here. There we go. Who made this guy? Who made this? Oh, it's not so good. Is there not a lock? Doesn't seem to be a lock, but the cartridge has been covered. So that's good. That's very good. Oh, well, there we are. That's a quick answer. What's that doing hanging out there? This can't work well with a belt outside of it. That's probably the entire problem right there. Okay, that being the case, let's go after it. Probably we can just lift this up. Oh my gosh, come right off. Nothing holding it on there. Okay, and you can see the belt runs around the outer rim here and onto there. Now a lot of these platters have finger holes in them, so you can manage the belt underneath here. This one doesn't have that. Okay, but this isn't very tall. So a lot of record players have a tall spindle. You have to put the platter way up high to get it down. Maybe this one starts low enough I can kind of get the belt on. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Not so far. Slid right off this big wheel. Slid off my finger. I think the answer might be no, I can't get it this way. From underneath somehow, get my hand to come up. Use a different tool. Let's try that. Getting my hand to come up from underneath means taking more of this apart. Looks like taking these 4 screws out here. So it's not the end of the world, but let's see if we can do it another way. Tool to hold it. Tool to hold this. Try this. Well, that was interesting. I moved this back a little bit and I heard this mechanism go. Seems to be okay. Okay, here we go. Doing this a little bit. There we are. That's on. The problem, obviously, if this comes up and off, it's because there's no clip here. There's no clip here. So we'll see if we can get a clip to fit on there in a moment. That sound in the background is my cat. We'll power it up with this little guy. It looks like the frame rate is low on my camera. frame rate will go low to compensate for low light, but I've got all the lights on here. Okay, so power supply, 12 volts. In you go. Just assume that's the correct one. Tone control. On, off, on. That's not turning. Well, that could be because of this. Oh, sometimes there's a switch in these. Oh, what happened there? Okay, so a lot of these turntables are made this way, oddly enough. Pick this up, pull it way back over here to turn it on. Turns itself off, but it doesn't pick the tone arm up. It's got no mechanism to do that, but it will turn itself off. How about a record? Oh my gosh, do I have any records in here? Okay, everybody hold tight. I'm going to run and get a record. Okay, I just reached into my record collection and grabbed a fistful. Doobie Brothers, John Miles, Rebel. This is actually a really great record. Foot in Cold Water. This is a Canadian band that's really popular in Canada. I mean, they're old guys now, but lots of really great songs. Foot in Cold Water, Chicago, Seals and Crofts, Cat Stevens, Teaser and the Fire Cat. I didn't even know I had this record. Oh, it belongs to Cheryl Marsh. Sorry, Cheryl, I must have grabbed this some point going to college or something like that. I don't know how I ended up with it. Which one of these should we test out? These are all going to trigger copyright. There's copyright issues with all this music, of course. I can't just put it on YouTube. But we can put a few seconds worth. Let's try that. Music, because I really like this record. Pull this off. Play them up a bit. Speed is 33, 45, and 78. This thing will even try and play a 78. Okay, needle appears to be okay there. Record's a little warped, isn't it? Be very careful here, I don't get a... Ooh, it's got a bad wow in it. Good ending. I hope that didn't get me a copyright hit right there. Okay, so I hear a fast, like a flutter, and then I can hear a wow also in it. Very hard to listen to a singer's voice. We need something like violins or... I'm in between songs here. Ooh. There we are. You can hear it now. The piano has a nice pure tone. We're all very, very familiar with what pianos sound like, and you can definitely hear the flutter in this. So, you know, this is never going to sound great. the flutter is fast. It must be related to the spindle in some way. You know, I think this is it for this record player. In fact, don't think I'm going to do any more with it. It's just never going to be a great turntable no matter what you do. The sound will never be great. The wow and the flutter problems are never going to go away completely with this guy. That's what I think. It's got a hey, what is that? I was guessing this was a yeah, good guess. Good guess. My guess is it's this. So you can play a 45. See how this deck bends, and it's just so. This is just so cheap. My recommendation to anybody: if you're going to play records, don't go buy something like this. You just won't be happy with it. It won't do your records justice. You're much better off putting your money into a used, reconditioned turntable from the 70s or 80s and finding a stereo you can plug it into, because a lot of modern sound systems are really designed for television and other higher level inputs than this is fairly low level input. In fact, this guy you can't plug into your stereo. So this is a, how would I describe it? Cheap? Yeah, that might be the way to describe this. So there you go. If you want your records to make sound, this will make sound with them. I'm not trying to review it here or anything, but you know, brand new, it might sound a little better than it does now. But not much. Put that in there. It's going to mash into this. Oh, let's put that cover back on. Whoops, that's the one thing that's saving this from disaster. Too bad it won't lock on there. Okay, that was it for this guy. That was quick. At least it's working again. And the shop that owns this should be able to sell it in the condition that it's in now. Okay, there we go. Hey, how about something else?